Welcome back, witches and wizards. If you've just watched episode 2 of Agatha All Along, you're in for a real treat. Today, I'll be diving into the twists and turns of Agatha's journey to reclaim her powers, the intriguing dynamics with Teen, and the formation of her coven. What hidden meanings did you catch? Let's unravel the magic together. Please subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments section. Agatha, now fully in control of her senses, is itching to reclaim her powers after 3 long years under Wanda's spell. As she prepares to leave, Teen, a captive in her home, has the tape torn from his mouth and begs her to take him to the Witch's Road.
The Witch's Road.
A mystical path that promises immense power. Initially shaken, Agatha denies its existence, but Teen is relentless. He's tired of petty magic tricks and craves real power, something Agatha is equally desperate for. When she asks his name, a sigil shaped like an M or a W covers his mouth, silencing him. Intrigued, Agatha agrees to embark on this journey, but first they need to form a coven, but neglects to mention the sigil. This tactic seems to echo Agatha's character traits, but to what extent, we're yet to discover. Plus, because WandaVision was loosely based on the House of M storyline, I can't help stop thinking that sigil looks like an M, and this has something to do with possibly Magneto? Their quest for witches kicks off in a psychic reading shop, where they encounter Lila Calderoo, a divination witch played by the fabulous Patti LuPone. Despite Agatha's attempt to hide her motives, Lila sees right through her. After some persuading and the pointing out of her eviction notice, she agrees to join the cause. Next, they visit Jennifer Kale, a potions witch portrayed by Sashir Zamata.
You look amazing.
I know.
Who runs a dodgy wellness shop, having been ousted from the witch community. Despite her fall from grace, Jennifer decides to join their adventure to get her binding spell lifted, to get her powers back, and avoid some lawsuits.
I'm really sorry about your recent legal troubles.
Yes, I'm aware.
Fraudulent misrepresentation resulting in consumer injury.
They go on to recruit Alice Wu Gulliver, a blood witch hiding in a Hot Topic store. Alice, played by Ali Arn, is the daughter of the legendary witch Lorna Wu, who mysteriously vanished on the Witch's Road herself. This begs the question, why do all ex-witches seem to work in shops? With their coven nearly complete, Agatha and Teen rush home to prepare for sundown, when the Salem 7, a vengeful group of witches, are expected to arrive. On their way back, Agatha tries to pry more details about Teen's life, but his story becomes muffled, as if something is blocking her from fully hearing him. There are 3 potential identities for this mystery. One was accidentally revealed in the subtitles of one of the trailers, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to have any spoilers out there. Another name has been widely circulated amongst fans, begins with W, but my wild theory, because I think the other 2 are red herrings, is he is Mephisto. In the comics, Mephisto is a demon from another dimension, ruling a fiery realm he calls Hell or Hades. However, his domain differs from the traditional concepts of Hell. By labeling his realm as Hell, he manipulates human perception of evil, embodying the classic image of Satan. He goes by various names, including Mephisto, a nod to Mephistopheles from Faustian tales.
Then I'm Mama's little devil.
As the sun sets, the coven gathers only to realize they're missing the Green Witch, essential for their journey on the Witch's Road. In a hurry, Agatha dashes across the street to recruit her neighbor, Mrs. Hart, aka Sharon, played by Deborah Jo Rupp, as their Green Witch. With the coven finally assembled, they sing the Witch's Road ballad, attempting to open the path. Here, Agatha's character traits resurface. She doesn't explain to the coven why she's chosen Mrs. Hart as the Green Witch. At first, Mrs. Hart seems to question Agatha, but once the song begins, she's able to join in.
Down, down, the witches, down, 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 the witches, down, the witches, down.
More than can be said about her D23 performance. Was that a deliberate choice to align her with her character? The song itself was stunning. On paper, this could have dragged on for too long. However, it provided a lovely change of pace. If it was shorter, I would have found myself wanting to search on YouTube for a full version. Kudos for giving fans what they crave. On another note, this completely outshines the cringeworthy tone-deaf warbling of The Power of One from The Acolyte.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Meanwhile, the Salem Seven close in, and Agatha attempts to trick the other witches into zapping her with their powers, knowing she could absorb their magic if hit directly.
I die before letting you befoul it with your noxious mediocrity.
However, the witches realise and refuse to play along, leaving the Witches' Road as their only escape. Now, this Salem 7 is clearly different from their comic counterparts. The comic versions, while being Agatha's grandchildren from her son Nicholas Scratch, have that village people vibe. Hey, 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 hey. Macho, macho, macho man, yeah. While this lot resemble Death Eaters from Harry Potter. The comic book Salem 7 could transform into animals, and did you notice Agatha's fear when she spotted the rat, crow and wolf? Initially, the road doesn't appear, sowing doubt among the Coven about its existence. But just in time, a pair of doors materialise beneath them, allowing them to escape the Salem 7's grasp. Did you catch how Agatha seemed unfazed when the spell didn't work at first? It's clear she only really did this to steal the other witch's power, but looks completely confused when the doors do appear.
What is that?
Now the real journey begins as Agatha and her ragtag coven stand at the threshold of the mysterious Witches' Road. But why do they take their shoes off? If you look closely at the end credits, you'll see the following. Ye shall remove your shoes before touching the hallowed ground. To connect to the power of the earth, you must touch your feet to the soil and channel her divine magic through you. There must be nothing in between. No rubber, no wood, not a soul, just your soul. This practice ties back to paganism, where walking barefoot connects you more closely with nature. The Witches' Road also appears in Marvel Comics' Scarlet Witch, where Wanda traverses it to uncover the source of a sickness infecting witchcraft, aided by the ghost of Agatha Harkness. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. The first part gave us a nice little link to WandaVision, but once that was out of the way, part 2 clearly stood on its own terms of style and pacing. I'm also enjoying the thought they've put into some of the writing, because quips like this
Need a chemical peel.
are great fun. For example, this one relates to her practice as a dodgy well-being healer using dangerous products, so a chemical peel from her would obviously be a real threat. Thanks for joining me on this magical journey through Agatha All Along. If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out, and ring the bell for notifications on all my latest content. I'll be diving into live chats, reviews, exploring Agatha's adventures in the comics as well, so you don't want to miss out. And if you're a fan of Agatha Harkness, check out my other videos for more insights and fun discussions. Until next time, keep the magic alive, witches.
The road is wild and wicked, winding through the woods.